Guys, so as you guys can see from the side by side of Selena Gomez and one of the Mazzy Star band members, Hope, they look identical to each other. I mean, this one is completely insane. They are identical. I know people have told me that Selena Gomez is this person and that person, but this is identical, okay? This is the most obvious one. They always have an identical character, okay? Other characters that look like them are outliers. They have 30, 20, 10%, sometimes less, sometimes a little more, right? But there's always a character that is completely identical to them, where it's just straight up disgusting, because it's like they obviously just duplicated a character and made small alterations to make it seem like it's a new character, but that's really not even a new character. You know, this recycling is done to trigger people, to get people attached to these characters. If all the celebrities technically look alike, then it makes sense why there's this crazy obsession for each and every one of them by thousands, millions of people, is because they're all copy and paste versions of each other, okay, with small alterations, like I said. And it just creeps me out so much how much they look alike. Here's another side by side. Dude, their jaws are obnoxious. They have the most oddest, weirdest jaws ever. Their chin is very wide, and I really feel like when Selena Gomez was on Wizards of Waverly Place, she looked exactly like Hope. Exactly. And I feel like the character that Selena played, Alex, seems similar to Hope's personality. I don't know anything about this Hope character, but from just gathering the small information that I did from this video, I could tell that it seems like some encoded inspiration for this Alex character that's in Selena was later going to play. And it's because of the same character, that's why they do these things. Oh, this one's just crazy. I really hope you guys are actually looking at this side by side. If you can't see this, I don't know what to tell you, because this is just in your face. This is ridiculous. It actually creeped me out when I was making these side by sides. So a connection between these two characters, like I said, I really feel like the character that Selena Gomez played, named Alex, was based off Hope, okay? In Wizards of Waverly Place, she was a part of a band. Now that's a huge connection because Hope is a part of a rock band called Mazzy Star. That's a crazy connection between these two characters. So here's another side by side that I made. So identical, it's insane. Another side by side. And here's another one. Crazy. Now here's another connection between these two characters. It's always in plain sight. If you were to Google this Hope character and how she got big and her backstory, it says that her musical career began in 1986 with her friend Selena Gomez. Do you guys see that? Selena Gomez. And later her other character name is Selena Gomez. Are we serious? And then let's talk about the fact that they recycled Selena's name. They recycled right after Selena's fake death, which was purposely done because people get emotionally attached to death. And now that name, since people are emotionally attached to it, when they produce a new character like Selena Gomez, people are just going to naturally be drawn to that character. See, they put a lot of work into making a staple character like Selena Gomez, and those characters are usually heavily recycled. Their names are recycled from another character, their voice is recycled from another big character, their look is recycled, and their alterations, like the alterations that they use to make the character look different than their base character, comes from bigger characters, purposely done so that people are completely addicted to the character. And I feel like Disney characters have some type of crazy like dopamine in them or something. Their main focus with them is to target children and to get the children attached for life. Once you got someone attached while they're young, you got them forever, and that's their goal. This is why everything in the media, whether people want to know this or accept this or not, is not created for adults, it's created for children. So yeah, people could sit around and think, oh, Red is created for adults, but in the grand scheme and in all actuality, she's actually created for children. You could sit and you could think that Ice Spice is created for adults, but she's not. She's created for children. All these characters, and they create them for children so they can alter how that generation is going to grow up and behave. Okay? It is taught behavior through the exposure of the media, and this is why people are just really, messed up nowadays, because people have been overstimulated, especially since the media has been, created, and all of that stuff has grown and got bigger. I think that people have became more programmed than ever before. So this is a crazy connection. Same initials, same last name. What is the chances of that? Her friend name is Selena Gomez. Her other character is Selena Gomez. Come on. They're crazy for this. So there's another side by side that I made, and guys, really notice their jawline, their chin. Extreme. I've never seen this before. And a lot of people are so unconscious that when you grow up and you're watching Selena Gomez on Disney Channel, you don't really pay attention to how she looks, because, when you're watching them on TV and you're so young, kids see them as a god, so why would they judge them, And it's actually better to be on the judging end when it comes to these characters than to be on the accepting, just very passive, seeing them as a god or an idol, which is what a lot of people do. Because when you see them as a god or an idol, you tend to have clouded judgment. When you see them as regular people, you also tend to have clouded judgment. And those are terrible things to do. People should never see them as regular people, and people should never see them as a god or an idol, because it can cloud your judgment, it can cloud your lenses, where you can't see, your spiritual eye is blocked. And this is why they do one eye symbolism. They're mocking that they got you in a spiritual blindness. That's what that means. So I grew up watching Selena Gomez on Wizards of Waverly Place, and I always thought it was a cool show, and I was really addicted to the show. I think any kid that's Gen Z around that time was really addicted to the show. And later into this video, I'm going to talk about why a lot of people tend to get addicted to the show. But I'm thinking about this in a more conscious lens. When I was younger, I didn't see any flaw in the Selena Gomez character or any character. I thought anyone that was a celebrity looked perfect, had a perfect life, all this, like everything about them was perfect. And this is where people tend to give celebrities a god complex, because they feel like since they're the one being watched, they're the one higher up, they must be completely perfect, and that's what people think. So this is why people should not be exposed to celebrities so young. People shouldn't expose their kids to celebrities. I got a comment recently where someone was telling me not to stop doing my content, that their kids have been drifting away from, all that they taught them from watching my content, and that their children are basically falling back into the loop of celebrities. And that's because people, especially uneducated humans, they tend to give these characters that they see that have all these material gains, and that they tend to give attention and god complex and god status to characters who are perceived to have all this gain in this material world. It's crazy, and you don't really see things for what they are. You don't really see things for really what they are, because you're blinded, So the reason why this show was so addictive is because it's witchcraft. Simple as that. They did legit magic. It wasn't no fakeness, They might have made some things dumbed down for the sake of seeming like it's not real, but underlying, they did magic to put you in a trance to like the show. That's what they always do. Everything about the media, everything about Disney Channel, all these shows, they do magic. What do you guys think symbolism is? Go watch a TV show consciously, because a lot of people are not doing that. When I go watch these TV shows consciously, every 15 seconds, sometimes 5 seconds, whoever's on the screen, even if it's an anime, even if it's a cartoon, whatever it is, they are going to do some type of symbolism. Now, if you're unconscious, you're just going to get, fucked up. Like, to be honest, you're just going to be put in a trance, because it's sad that you're not even noticing that they're doing this. They'll do the horns, they'll do the six, they'll do one eye, they'll do color magic, wearing certain colors to put you in a certain mood, numbers in the background. There's all these details, and I don't blame the average person, because, how could you enjoy it if you're new to realizing that everything that they're doing within what you're watching, everything is some type of trigger to put you in a trance. And that's how they make successful shows, that's how they make successful music, is because they use all these elements to put people in a trance. So let's just hypothetically make up a scenario. Let's use this show as an example to give you guys a idea of the amount of encoded messaging and magic that is going on in the background, or that's going on in your face while you're watching a TV show, a movie. So let's just use this show as an example. This is hypothetical. This is not an actual episode, but this is what they do. So let's say Selena Gomez in the episode, her character is wearing a red shirt. Okay, red is associated with root chakra, so of course they're going to do some low vibrational stuff right then and there. Then let's say in the back there is the number 11. The street is a 11th street. That's what it says, okay? And 11 is associated with emotion. Okay, that's why they had the event on the 11th and the 9th month. Okay, 11 is associated with emotion, heavy emotion, because it's a 2. Okay, and it's 2 ones, and ones deal with aggression. It's just double emotion, very emotional. So when we see that she's putting you in the root chakra already because she's wearing a red. They have the number 11 flashed in the back, so you're gonna get emotional from the scene. And when you know this stuff, you can kind of predict what the acting's gonna be, like what the next scene is gonna be, what's gonna unfold, because all of the stuff that they're using contributes to what they're about to do. And then people be mad about spoilers, but if you're smart, they spoil everything in your face, foreshadowing, all that stuff. But they literally do it in your face when they do like the numbers, the colors. And then let's say that Selena does the horns, okay, while she's talking, and then they start raising their voice, but you're not, they're like arguing with someone, but you're not noticing all these details. You're gonna get put in a trance, and you're gonna think it's all like real. That's the craziest thing about TV and watching shows and stuff, is that people can personify it as being real, even adults. And we see this complex happen with the Bible, that some people personify this fictitious story as being real, and you would think that a grown-up wouldn't do that, but they do. And this is in regards to people who are just unconscious. There are inorganic or non-responsive beings that are pre-programmed to support these matrix things and promote it to other people and influence other people. So that's how they use magic. Everything about Disney Channel is magic, and it's all about putting you in a trance, your kids in a trance. That's what they want, so that you could exhibit the behaviors they present. So you could literally do a study on anyone. You could take your child and let them watch a show that you've already reviewed, and you know that this show is pretty extreme or whatever, and you let them watch it, and you will notice their behavior will change. And that's what anything it is. Witchcraft, it is magic, whatever you want to call it. That's what everything is in life, okay? And just because they do it, don't make it evil. They just use it for evil purposes, to have dominion over everybody. It's good to know this stuff. I've already talked about witchcraft in my Christmas video on Patreon. I recommend you guys go check this video out. And to summarize, what I said, but I do recommend you go watch this video because in detail I explain how each thing is witchcraft that we're doing. You have been practicing witchcraft since you were a child, whether you want to know it or not. You have, okay? You've been doing scripting, you've been doing all that stuff. People send their child to school. What do you think school is teaching your kids to do? Witchcraft. All those papers and all that stuff you did, that don't just go in the trash. Some entity or whatever is feeding off that. Those assignments just aren't random, you know. Everything is magic. You could even listen to the theme song of this show and it'll tell you, you know. And there's another song, Oh It's Magic, that song, the original or her version of the song. Everything is magic. It is ignorant to think that it's not. Even people who are Christian should know this, or religious should know this, because your entire book shows witchcraft, Wicca, magic, whatever you want to call it. It shows all of that. And those same people will scream, oh, that's evil, oh, that's satanic, oh, whatever. But the same person you refer to as your savior is doing that magic. So, you know, people just want to personify everything as evil and want to play the victim role, I guess, relatively. But knowing this stuff is really important, because not knowing this, you can end up in a trance. And I don't think no one wants to be the person on the victim end ending up in a trance, you know. So this show came out in 2007. That's 27. I think Selena Gomez is going to die. There's nothing to really prove with that. This character already has lupus. It just makes sense. And I feel like this was one of her biggest moments, was this show, 2007, 27. And we know that there's 27 Club. 2 + 7 is 9. And this is the magic that I'm talking about. Every 30 minutes or 15 minutes within, or every commercial break of Disney Channel, they'll do this. They'll be like, oh, back to Disney Channel, or whatever they would say. But they will do this all the time to keep you in the loop, in the trance. It's all magic. And they'll put their celebrities there. They'll even put the, you know, animation there. Whoever that they got people attached to at the moment, they'll put them right there. And they'll convince you to stay longer. Even Disney, the way the font is, all these sixes, there's a 6 in the Y, there's a 6 in the D, there's the I, you could even see a 6 in the, like, the top part of the I. The S even looks like a 6. Come on. Like I said, magic is not evil, but please be aware that they're using it against you. And movies and shows that deal with witchcraft and stuff, they're not lying to you. Like I said, they dumb this stuff down because they want to disconnect people from divination and power, especially melanated people. This is why they put more pale-faced people within divination, because it's weaker than, okay? So when you're melanated and you do magic, you're more connected to the source. If you're not melanated and you do magic, it looks like a joke. And that's why Harry Potter, all these non-melanated beings, this show, all these non-melanated beings, the list goes on, where there's so many movies like The Craft, unmelanated beings that are performing magic. They did try to put one, but we always know that they want to do mixed race people when they are presenting things like magic. They ruin it so the people who are actually supposed to be connected to divination think it's a complete joke, you know. But that's a whole different topic, and I don't have time to debate with people, you know. They stole divination, and there's an American Horror Story scene about that. They stole it, and now they're all the faces of it. And if you look up anything on YouTube, how to do this spell, how to do that, there's always these infiltrators who are making the content, and I just don't find that to be a coincidence. And I don't find it to be a coincidence that they made them extra non-melanated for this show, considering that Selena Gomez is Latin descent, and they love to promote Latins when they're only non-melanated looking. See how that works? But if the Latins were darker in this show, more melanated, you know, things would be different. The conversation would be different. So thank you guys so much for watching.